Time to answer your questions. We have questions today from Christy, Saul, and Ian. Audience questions every Friday at the end of the show. Anything you want to ask us, by all means, feel free. First question is from Christy. Christy wants to know, Lewis, should it be more socially acceptable for women to propose marriage to men? I have a very clear answer on this. Absolutely. I don't know any reason why it has to be the men who are expected to propose to the women. What is wrong with the women proposing marriage to men if that's what they want to do?
Yeah, we could really go on all day about the topic of gender roles and gender equality, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'll try to minimize this and just keep it about marriage and dating and whatever.
Right.
This entire thing needs to change. Women should be asking men out on dates. Men should be asking women out on dates. Women should be proposing to men and buying them conflict-free rocks, and men should be doing the same. I mean, I think that this is a two-way street. It should go both ways.
Do you think that's part of it? That because there's this sort of, the woman wears the engagement ring, thus it's sort of on the man to get that ring for the proposal?
That's just it. That the ring is a fabricated thing, right?
Absolutely.
It's just this weird social construct. So, forget about that. Who needs a ring at all? We can forget about the ring. But I do believe it should be a two-way street.
Okay. And is there any reason? So what is implied by the expectation that men propose to women? I mean, we've talked about the ring part of it. I think sort of another maybe implicit expectation or understanding would be the man must propose. Isn't it implicit in the man proposing that the woman is just sort of available for marriage whenever the man wants, right? I mean, wouldn't it be, it seems to me that it would be more egalitarian if we said, hey, when either party is ready to propose, they can either A, talk to the other person first to determine whether the other party is also interested, and after having done that or not, depending on their choice, they can propose marriage, right? I mean, it seems like that it would be equitable.
Yeah, I mean, why does it need to be one person surprising someone else? Can't it be this just a mutually agreed upon decision that happens over a nice meal, where you just say, yeah, okay, maybe we should do this. Let's get married. I think some people like that whole spontaneous surprise element. And that can still happen. It can go both ways, though.
It seems the real issue should not be the gender of the person. And obviously, in a same-sex couple, this completely goes away. If you've got two women or two men, the entire construct goes away. And by the way, you may have heard same-sex couples do get married, right? And even when you have when you have two women, there's a woman doing the proposing, and when you have two men, there's a man being proposed to. It somehow seems to work out okay, Lewis. They're still able to do it.
Right.
It seems the bigger issue is which of the two people is more hesitant to get married, because it seems
there always has to be one of them. Right?
There always would likely be one of them at some point anyway. It's unlikely that both people at the exact same moment say, I want to get married. That's probably the logical person to do the proposing, because often we know many couples, Lewis, where it's one person basically says, hey, I'm ready whenever the other person is ready to get married, I'm ready.
Yeah,
it seems that,
I know a couple like that.
It seems that the laggard, right, should be the one who proposes.
Yeah. I agree. It would be safer that way. And so let's let's mix things up here.
Would you be comfortable being proposed to?
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Why not? I think it would have to be a situation that made sense.
Naturally,
if you're seeing, so you go on 2 dates and she says, "Will you marry me?"
Right.
Well, that's good too, because then she's crazy.
Right. Would there be any circumstance where you would expect or want to receive some kind of engagement ring?
Actually, no. I would, if there's one presented to me, I suppose I would feel strange in saying, I don't want this.
But I do want to get married.
You kind of have to accept it. But I think it would be made clear beforehand that no such trinket would be necessary.
Send me your thoughts on this. Should it be more acceptable for women to propose marriage to men?